Hey guys, so today we are going to cover how much does it cost? The dreaded question that we get when we're especially on discovery calls or even on our second or third call, and we get how much does it cost? This is so dreaded to me because when we get asked this question in the discovery call, we're like, we haven't had a chance to build value yet. We haven't had a chance to really get buy-in from them. So half the time we haven't had a chance to get to our really key influencers, our decision makers, etc. And it's a really tough question to answer. Here's the thing you want to think about. When you get asked this question, someone is looking for a framework. They're looking for a foothold. They're looking for something to use to start and think, okay, I think it's going to cost this. Now I can kind of multiply it by how many I'm going to need on my team, and I can start here. When as salespeople, we're coached to not answer this question and just say like, oh, well, it depends on a bunch of things and not really answer that question, we're going to frustrate our buyer. And what our buyer is going to say is, okay, but you have to give me some kind of starting point. Give me somewhere to begin, right? And then we're like, and then we're stuck. Here's what I've seen a lot of reps do the wrong way. They start to think about what they learned on the discovery call, like you have 50 reps and you're going to need 50 licenses and whatever, and some training and onboarding and so on and so forth. And they do the math and then they deliver that number. For instance, let's say you're selling something that costs $2,000 a seat, and you know that that person has 50 reps that they're going to want to enable on that. And so you say, well, because you've got 50 reps and it costs $2,000 a license, you're basically looking at about $100,000 to spend. And that person's like, oh my God, $100,000, are you out of your mind? So what you want to think about, the way to really answer this question is to start at your lowest worst case scenario number. So here's where I go. If I know that my licenses are going to cost $2,000, I look at this and I say, listen, our price really varies on a bunch of things. How many licenses you have, how long the contract goes for, frankly, how quickly you can sign, if you guys have room to negotiate based on the speed of the deal. Some organizations don't do that. But when you say that and you say, listen, there's a bunch of ways and things that we can do to pull levers to give you a discount. But if you look at it, worst case scenario, we require a minimum of 5 licenses, 10 licenses, 1 license, whatever it may be. And it looks at $2,000 per license. So the worst case you're going to pay is $2,000 a license. Again, we can pull all kinds of levers in terms of, discounts for how long you're going to sign a contract for, how many reps you sign for, et cetera. But the worst case, it'll be $2,000 a license, and it'll go down from there based on your commitment. When you give your buyers a foothold of something like that, right, $2,000 per license, they think, okay, well, maybe I don't even need to start out with 50 licenses. Maybe I can do 10 and $2,000, okay, $20,000. I can probably swing that in this year's budget. Instead of thinking $100,000 and then completely shutting it down right now, they're thinking of it in a way that's moldable to them, that lets them start at a lower place and allows you to continue the conversation so they don't just shut it down at $100,000. And you can build value and gives you opportunity to get to the 50 licenses and close it for $100,000.